What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of my Edgar Allan Poe murder mystery dinner reaction. So far, it has been incredible. It has been so good. Bodies are piling up, though. It's not just Eddie that died, which is good. I'm enjoying the fact that more people are dying because it makes me feel like more people are going to continue to die, and then the possible suspect pool gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah, like, it's amazing. Yeah, Louisa May is dead. She was, I'm assuming, poisoned by the water that Mary Shelley poured, but might not have known that it was poison, and really anybody could have drank it. That might have just been an accidental murder. Like, hey, I'm going to kill somebody. I don't know who, but somebody's going to get poisoned from this. Unless that's what they want it to look like. I still have feelings that, like, Charlotte Bronte has got something to do with this. I'm just getting a real murderer vibe from her, and it's amazing. But yeah, no, so far it's been super duper good. Parts 1 and 2 were great. It's a continuing storyline, just like I like. This is like straight up a movie. It's straight up a movie, and the acting is incredible, and I cannot wait to watch more. But before we get into it, though, remember, if you are enjoying this, all of these videos that I'm doing, please be sure to subscribe down below. It really helps me out, gets me, YouTube algorithms and all that stuff. More people get to see it. And if you don't want to wait to see all of these parts, they are all available on my Patreon right now. Link down in the description. But let's go ahead and get into it.
Welcome, friend, to Edgar Allan Poe's murder mystery, invite-only casual dinner party / gala for friends potluck.
Sorry we're late.
When will someone be murdered?
Look here, before this night goes on, I have something to say.
Fine, then the murder mystery is underway.
I don't think he's breathing.
What? Really? No, I mean, this isn't part of the game. This is an actual murder.
Haunt these halls no more.
A murder mystery game that turns into a real murder.
I'm getting out of here.
She just looks like a murderer. Charlotte. And Mary, I guess. Maybe it was both of them.
Louisa May Alcott, a spinster through and through, has now reached the pinnacle of transcendentalism. May she be at one with the earth, and may she find her peace.
Well, someone had that ready to go.
I'm just really good at eulogies.
Edgar, I'm frightened. We must alert the police.
Yes, I agree.
Good thing stripes are in because you are going to jail, son.
I'm not going to jail. None of us are going to jail.
Well, somebody is.
Okay, one of you is probably going to jail.
Wait a second. What's that?
Moist.
Well, great. You solved it.
Look.
Is that a
bill.
Or a bell.
Annabelle? What? That's not mine.
I'd probably say that if it were mine, too.
I think we can all agree that the most innocent person here is the beautiful and innocent Annabelle Lee, and also she's the most beautiful. Now, can we start taking this seriously?
I don't know. Seems like that whole innocent thing might be an act.
Right?
How could you? Thank you. I came here with a gentleman I care very much about who is now dead, and you accuse me? When would Miss Alcott have taken my hanky?
Okay then. Procure your handkerchief post haste.
I don't have one on me.
Aha! Open and shut case.
No.
Guys, Annabelle would never accessorize in that color with her complexion.
Thank you.
It's true. I think. I don't know.
Well, who was feeding her drinks? She was having horrible coughing fits.
We celebrate with beverage, but we drink same vodka.
Let's get her into the dining room and we'll figure this out.
She drank the water, man.
Poe, I concur with the spirit. That is super gross.
We'll have to find some other place to move the bodies.
I may be going out on a limb here, but perhaps you have a vault space in your cellar that you would be amenable to storing dead bodies in?
Naturally.
Aha!
Come on, everybody does.
Mine's in my attic.
We can keep Miss Alcott and Mr. Dantes down there until help arrives.
Great. Let's fetch him.
That wasn't here before, right?
There's a note.
What does it say?
It's got to be Lauren. She vanished.
Good
Oh my
evening,
God.
authors. What a lovely party this has been. I hope you left room for the next course when you all get your just desserts. Tell no one, seek no help, do not under any circumstances leave this abode, or the only thing you will be authoring henceforth is your own death.
Well, we know who did it. H.G. Wells, you stand accused. This notice of intent is as hacky as anything you've ever spewed forth.
Perhaps notifying the local constables is not in our best interest.
What? You actually believe that? If we left right now, you think we would all be struck down dead?
We are dealing with a madman.
Or woman. Say it.
Gentlemen, please help me with this body.
Oh my God, it's looking like Lauren. Sorry, George Eliot.
Oh dear.
I was half expecting to find some dead bodies already down here. That's absurd. At this temperature?
I'm with Miss Shelley. I think this is preposterous, and it's a fate worse than death to be held here with all of you a moment longer.
Miss Shelley, right before the lights went out, you rose to say something quite urgent.
Fine. You all may know that I initially published my seminal work, Frankenstein, anonymously. What you may not know is why. Years ago, my husband and I retreated to Lake Geneva with Lord Byron and his mistress. Your beau, Eddie Dantes, was also in attendance, as he was a friend of the great poet. Byron entreated us to come up with a ghost story, and this is, of course, where I birthed my monster, who in turn birthed another monster. But perhaps there was yet another monster. You see, Eddie may have made a rogue suggestion, nothing more than a turn of phrase here or there, but he insisted on taking more credit than he was due. I had to publish anonymously at first, and ever since, he swore that he would discredit all that I have accomplished.
Okay, so hella motive.
I swear I had nothing to do with his death. I didn't even know he was coming. And I've never even met Louisa May Alcott.
You understand this is quite suspicious.
Or it's pure coincidence.
Huh. You also got a coincidence hidden in your britches?
Sweetie, if I had ever met that hunk of meat, he wouldn't have been Cinderella's +1 tonight. It would have been the ravishing Charlotte Bronte and her handsome lover, Eduardo Dantes. We would be the talk of the town.
I'm sorry,
she
what
was
did you
jealous.
say? You said Eduardo.
Well, yes. That was his name, wasn't it?
I don't believe we ever said his full name.
Okay. So?
Well, if I heard the name Eddie, I wouldn't assume his full name was Eduardo. That's quite unique. I would assume it was Edgar.
No, you would assume it was Edward.
No.
Edward is most common long name for Eddie.
No, there are many common long names for Eddie.
There are. She's an author. She would have a good imagination for names. So I don't really think that that is anything.
Edel.
I think that's a red herring.
The point is, you were familiar with our deceased guest.
Fine. I find this coincidence strange and confusing, possibly incriminating, which is the only reason I resisted initially, but I have nothing to hide. Eddie was a banker who was foreclosing on our family home.
Okay, hold up. We are officially entering mystery mode, and Agatha Christie is still late. We've got to take notes. Who here is the best writer? Okay, you, go. Goggles.
Goggles.
So, did he foreclose? That wasn't going to happen. My siblings and I are also very talented. We would surely have come up with the money to make amends and put an end to this nonsense. Who do you think we are? The Austins?
Yes, he wasn't so bad. I met him through my publisher. Though I was worried that he was going to reveal my true identity tonight as a woman. Womanizer.
A womanizer.
What?
You know, like a real lady killer?
So a murderer.
No, it's a saying. You know, like a real Don Juan. A cat about town. Hey, it's a real shame about those dead people, huh?
Okay, who here didn't know Eddie?
Lens crafters, what's the consensus? Where did you get those pictures?
According to my copious notes, probable cause in this double homicide abounds. Who here hated Eddie with the most fervor? Who among us wanted this good man to be out of this world for good? Who here had the most to gain from his untimely demise?
It's looking like Charlotte.
Between men and women, there is no friendship. There is passion, enmity, worship, love, but no friendship.
But... Oscar, come on. I knew I shouldn't have invited you.
Eliminating the only obstacle to your unrequited love. Story for the ages.
Actually, I've transposed motive, location, and temperament into numerical form, and mapped out a formula to produce a value of probable guilt. And it seems that the most likely culprit is Miss Shelley.
Numbers cannot see into my heart. I am innocent and I demand that this issue be looked into by professionals.
I'm with Mary. I will not be terrorized by some poorly written warning. We are adults, and we should alert the authorities.
I beg of you, I wish to get to the bottom of this as well.
I'm not going that way. As we've seen, that way lies certain death.
Fine. I am certain we can find our way out of here.
No, I think it's unwise to leave.
It's alive! It's something I would say if she was alive.
Oh my
She's
God.
not.
Wells' contraption.
Oh, no. I didn't do this. I left that right over there.
This is problematic.
Sweetheart, you came to this fool's house for a night of quiet entertainment.
Son of a bitch.
And he has endangered you. But I shall get to the bottom of this. Friends, something's afoot. I suggest we scour the house for clues. I suggest we split up.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my God! Oh my God! I mean, it was Wells that he didn't just say like, oh, don't leave the room. We all need to stay together. It was literally like a warning. He was like, don't leave. Like he knew something was going on. Also, who else would know how to work around his machine? Oh no. Oh no. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get big. Okay, 3 episodes in, and there just has to be more than one killer. Like, I'm assuming it's pretty much everybody. Everybody that is still alive, or even the people that are supposedly dead. Yeah, it's got to be more than one person. Because I really do think that Mary Shelley was a killer of somebody. And Charlotte Bronte. Because, I mean, you just look at her and she just gives off that air of murder. But yeah, it's got to be an ensemble murder plot. Like, there's no way one person did all of this. But if they did, it was probably George Eliot. Because it's funny how, he'll come in and he'll say something and it'll give, like, a little clue to the fact that, you know, he's actually a woman. But then he'll just kind of disappear off to the back. And you won't see her again. And then all of a sudden, 10 seconds later, everybody goes to the dining room and there is a knife and an apple with a note. Coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think so. That happened twice, maybe even 3 times in this episode. But that could just be, again, the shipwrecked writer is trying to throw those red herrings out. That's exactly what it is. I don't know, could be. That's what a good mystery is. It's so good. It's so good. Also, we never actually learned whose handkerchief it was. It's still possible that it's Annabelle's. The whole complexion thing, that was so funny. That was hilarious. But yeah, we have no idea whose handkerchief that is. At least I don't think that we do. So the killer of her must have been... I would have to go back and rewatch that dinner scene and see who wasn't at the table. Maybe it's Agatha Christie. Maybe she's been there the whole time. And it's just like, Poe created a terrible murder mystery. I am going to do a good one and actually kill people. I didn't think about that. That could be. H.G. Wells, though, so I was wrong. I'm thinking back on it. It wasn't like a stern warning not to leave, but it was still a very weird thing to say. I think it was like it would be unwise to leave, or I think it's unwise to leave. I mean, if a normal person said that, I would be like, something is up. Like, I feel like you know more than you're letting on. But H.G. Wells is an author, so he would use that, you know, more flowery kind of language. But who else would know to use his microwave machine? Like, that's the question, because you can't just rip apart a microwave and then hook it to a doorknob and kill people. I would imagine it takes some, like, electronic know-how to be able to do that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But I don't know, this series, this web series, is doing such a good job of literally painting every single person as a possible suspect. And all that means to me is that every person is not only a suspect, but they are the killers. Maybe. Or it's just Emily Dickinson. Because when Mary Shelley was electrocuted, and everyone's like, oh my God, Emily Dickinson didn't really do anything. She just kind of stood there and looked. She wasn't surprised. She wasn't stunned. She was just, okay, like this happened. And I'm getting real, like, I'm getting real Firebringer flashbacks. If you guys have not seen the Star Kids show Firebringer, go ahead and skip ahead like 20 seconds in this video. I'm going to spoil it a little bit here. But Shorn was essentially useless the entire time. She didn't even talk. She only said her name. And then she was the alien at the end, and she's the one that, you know, gave all the cavemen knowledge and everything like that. And I could totally see something like that happening with Emily Dickinson. How she was just kind of back there. Nobody really cared. She got the blank place card. But I could see that totally being like, don't pay attention to her. In fact, forget she's even here so she can go and do all of these murders. I don't know. It could be anything. The only thing I know is that I am loving this whole thing. It's so well done. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching along, for joining in. Again, put your theories down below if you have not seen it yet. And yeah, I will see you all in part 4 very soon. And of course, if you don't want to wait, they are all available on my Patreon.